Is it on? Is my computer going to catch fire and explode on half of my face, turning me into Two-Face, only not a supervillain or former lawyer, just a fat dude in his studio. Hopefully not. Anyway, it is I, the mega famous DJ Winza. It is fucking hot outside. I've got my AC running in the other room and a fan blasting air into here from over there. And I also have this little clip fan that I just attached. I got it at Big Lots. I don't know if they carry them in all Big Lots. Straighten that out. But yay, a $5 fan that I can clip onto a monitor that will just blast air directly in and stave off the absurd heat that my computer is doing. First, I'm going to greet my audience. Hello, Sam. Hello, Marcus. Sam's been in. He actually threw in chat in about an hour before I started the stream. Well, actually, less than that. When he threw a chat in, I was taking the shower, which is why my hair's all wet right now. My gorgeous, gorgeous purple jerry curl. My soul glows. Don't worry, that joke's not coming to America again. Anyway. Hi. So, I actually just watched one of your videos, Marcus. Super Doom and Gloom, for those who are curious. That's the S. You really need to update your picture. I'll help you with that if you want. Give you a little cutout of the of your face from our Marcus's Nightmare thumbnail. I think that would be pretty awesome. Just you like, because that was hilarious. Anyway, yeah. But anyway, I just watched, I think your vlog from last night. Yes, he does make vlogs. He does do gaming videos. I think he kind of uses his channel the same way I did back when I first started doing videos. Just putting whatever I feel like doing up there. And, go ahead, check him out. He's doing, oh gosh, what's that one fucking game called? Son of a bitch. Hold on. I'm an idiot. I should have started doing this research stuff before I started streaming, but I'm special. Oh yeah. What was it? Streets of Fury. He's doing Streets of Fury over on his channel. He's also done some. What was the cooking game? Why does it not show all of his? It's not showing all of your videos. That's not fair. But anyway, just remember I'm an idiot at all times. Oh yeah, YouTuber's Life. He's playing that too. But yeah, he's a fledgling YouTuber, sort of like I was, 5 years ago. Although his stuff's in better condition and better quality than mine was. Oh God. If you want to see that, it's on my channel, but, prepare yourself, because it's fucking horrible. But anyway. So, yes, fledgling. I've taken him under my fat, furry wings. Oh, Streets of Fury is done? Alright. Well then, fucking get on doing, Champions Online stuff. Because you've got the game. Anyway. So today is my Thursday chill. I usually don't script this at all because it's just me talking to you guys and you know, telling stories for 2 hours, and I talk about whatever's on my mind. Sometimes I do arts and crafts, like last week I finished Dope Face's character. I still have to send this to him, but it's done, and I think it's both shitty and awesome at the same time. I also did... get the fuck up there. Thank you. I also did my own character, Titanium Teresa. If you're wondering how I came up with doing these, when I was around, I believe, the mid to late 90s. Or no, it was the early 90s. Like I was 10, 11. My dad lost his job at Eastern Airlines. If you look back on the internet, you'll see that they went under in like 1991, and they took everyone's pensions with them, my dad's included. So we basically had no money for several years. So rather than just be pissed that I couldn't get action figures or video games, I started reaching into that one drawer that every parent has, that has basically all the random shit from around the house, and it had a whole bunch of those twist ties that come with garbage bags, because instead of using those, my parents would like just tie up the bag and throw them out. So we had a whole shit ton of those like little paper with wire in the middle twist ties, and I started making figures out of them. And at one point, my mom decided, I think I actually need these now. I need to do something about him making figures out of these. Oh, okay. It would have been funnier if it was O.K, which I'm not going to complain. So she bought me a pack of Chanel stems. And at first, I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do with them. I didn't know if I had to cut or what I would do to cut them or whatever. I didn't actually start cutting them until later. It was actually, I believe, Kai would actually be the best person to ask, because he's got a better memory than I do. Kai Hiryuu, he's one of the links in all my descriptions. He's the one who did that DJ Winza symbol down in the corner, and the sideways DJ Winza symbol that is my icon for my channel. That one up there. Anyway, I used to hang out at his house. He would draw, I would make figurines. And, you know, a couple of times he drew a character and then I would bring it to life, making a figurine of it. He had, I can't remember what one of their names was. There was one dude with like a big ass sword, dreadlocks, and he had the colors of the Jamaican flag. I can't remember what the name of the character was. But yeah. It's alright, Sam. We still love you. Anyway. Oh, and if you're wondering who Sam KIA is, he's the most successful YouTuber that watches my crappy little channel. He has, what are you sitting at right now? Actually, let me just double check that. Give you guys sounds to hear. He's he is 52 subscribers away from 20,000. 52 subscribers away. So go ahead and fucking hit him up. Go check him out. Get that motherfucker to 20,000. And I'd say tell him Winza sent you, but he already knows. Don't you? You know that I sent them to you. No, seriously. Here, let me show you real quick. See? 19,948. You're 52 subscribers away, homie. Yeah. That's a lot of subs. Fuck. How many of them have avocado on them? That was a joke. But yeah, you know, if you do go check him out. He makes primarily recorded content on his main channel, which is Sam KIA. He also has a live channel called Sam KIA Uncut. Or actually, just correct me. Just put it right over there, if you would be so kind. 6K have avocado on them. That's very nutritious. Anyway, I think it's Sam K Uncut, and he also has one named, oh gosh, I actually follow it and I can't remember the name of it. The Jedi Knight or something? Oh, god damn it, why's it gotta be so motherfucking generic? Hey, Scorpio! Jedi... No, it's not Jedi Knight. The Jedi Knight, is that it? No? Fuck it, I'm going to your main channel so I can get the Jedi Master, thank you. Alright, the Jedi Master, he also has KIA Talks, although I don't think you actually really use that one anymore, because the picture I see of it, or on it, has your very old hairstyle, where it was hanging down, and yeah, no. No. Sam K has a Star Wars Let's Play channel called The Jedi Master. He does Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, all the other, what's it called? Basically all of the Star Wars games that he's got available. I'm talking about one of several. You have 4 fucking channels, sir. My channel is all over the place. I did have a vlog channel. I only used it like twice. And then I realized, wait, why direct people to someplace else? I'm not even directing enough people to this channel. Yeah. Oh, it's not primarily Let's Plays? So you also do, like, theory videos and stuff on that one? Neat. Anyway. So, yeah, that's enough me advertising for friends. Scorpio, since you have a working microphone, maybe you should start doing content too. If you need some help setting that up, let me know. Hopefully on a day that I'm not working or doing a stream already. And you know what pisses me off? Fucking twice I try to have that man on my goddamn channel. Every fucking time something goes wrong. And it's pissing me off. Like, the other day, I tried to have him doing my Tuesday video, with, doing Dragon Ball Z, it was last week. I tried to do Dragon Ball Xenoverse with him. His microphone didn't fucking work at all. Or at least his headset didn't work. Then, this week, my fucking computer decides, fuck you, you're not gonna do shit. And every time I tried to do any kind of recording or anything like that, it turned out it was a Windows update that fucked over my broadcaster and a handful of others. So I can't use my antivirus the same way anymore, which is going to suck fucking balls. Ugh. Well, actually, here's an idea, because it's something I thought of doing for myself. Doing stories about your characters. I know if I actually put my mind to it, I'd go and fucking do storylines for all of my characters as told by the characters themselves. I'd probably have the most fun with my character Golden Age, just because of him being the way he is. And, by the way, if you guys are curious who the fuck my character Golden Age is, he is kind of monochrome. He's all black and white, but he changes what he looks like constantly, because technically he doesn't exist. He is the physical manifestation of a mutant's superpower. The mutant does not know they're even a mutant, and that they are manifesting Golden Age. And Golden Age does not know that he is the manifestation of this person's power. However, every time this person thinks of like a superhero, video game character, movie character, or whatever, suddenly Golden Age becomes that person. Only with the same mindset, but with the same mindset Golden Age always has, but with the accent, voice, and mannerisms of the character. So like, 1 second he looks like Superman. The next second he morphs into Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, complete with part of his face missing and a metallic hand. Or he'll shapeshift into a fucking Battletoad, and all of a sudden every time he punches, his fist gets really big. Or he fucking transforms into Mario and starts speaking with an Italian accent. So that's basically Golden Age. And I actually was thinking of doing a whole video series on my characters, but I don't think you guys would be too interested in that, no matter how ridiculous my characters are. And there you go. That is something you can do. And by the way, if you need voiceovers, although I wouldn't be able to do female voices too well, because you've heard me doing the shit on fucking what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Shantae and fucking Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 7. So if you got male characters, I wish I had a golden dingle. Just kidding. I'd always be hard. So yeah, that was an idea that I had. Yeah, I know. Your male voice is also horrifying. I couldn't say that with a straight face. I was kidding about that last part. Oh man. Yes, he got the Golden Mike Award for having golden pipes. You know, I keep on forgetting that I have fucking me doing karaoke saved on my phone, and I keep forgetting to upload that shit. I'm sorry, guys. Saying golden pipes reminded me of that. We all cringe at our own voice sometimes. Come on. Well, at least it's not like 90% of my customers. Oh my god. Now, thankfully, those who I have mentioned my YouTube channel to, I mentioned it for a reason, and also it was stupid of me to do so, because that qualifies as what's it called? Conflict of interest. But at the time, I didn't realize that it did. But then again, you know, ignorance is not a good defense. But I don't do that again. Hey, Moose Gal, what up? But I told like 2 or 3 my YouTube channel. I don't know if they ever fucking watched it. Or if they're watching it now. I doubt it. Because, you know, I'm fucking god-awful. But the rest of my customers, oh my god, they are so, like, the complete opposite of tech-savvy. And they have no idea how the mail works. Just yesterday alone, I had 5 fucking customers asking me where their order that they put in the mail Wednesday last week, why it wasn't there yet. Because it takes about a week to get to us to begin with. Sometimes longer depending on the mail, which is why it's nicknamed snail mail. Then we have to process their check or their money order, and that takes a minimum of 2 full solid days, sometimes longer depending on the bank. Then we have to wait at least 3 more days for the fucking thing to process into our system. And then we can finally prep the order to go. They don't fucking understand that. They keep claiming, well, everyone else sends it almost immediately. Well, how far in advance are you sending your check? Because if we don't physically have it, we can't. If we don't physically have your check, we don't physically have your order. If your check hasn't been cashed, we don't have it yet. He meant Steam, but I see what you did there. All right, let's see. Let me catch up. What's tacky? What? Yeah, but here's another thing. Our company does not accept prepaid cards of any kind at all. Nothing. No prepaid cards will work with our company anymore, because we're no longer able to refund onto those cards, because too many people were using those reloadable gift cards. Well, no, not the reloadable ones. And they were using that for the whole order. And in order for us to credit back the customer, it is against the law for us to credit it to any other means than the form of payment used. Plus, it's the only way we can prove that you're the one who purchased the items. So yeah. So when people started realizing that shit, on our side, they disabled prepaids from being used entirely. Yeah, I know. They're fucking old people that still use a goddamn abacus. I have helped old people who have a cell phone but do not have an email address, because they don't know how to use a computer. You can get it on your phone, you dumb motherfucker! And it's usually, and the people that usually are completely against technology also tend to use monosyllabic terminology. For those of you that don't understand monosyllabic terminology, It's words that only have one syllable. Now here's the fun part. I know my audience is smart enough to know what a syllable is and what a single syllable is. Anyway. So yeah, it's usually the dumb ones. So there, I said it. It's usually the dumb ones. Now, I've also had customers who were fine receiving some of our catalogs that had anti-Trump stuff during the election. Or no, excuse me. Not anti-Trump stuff, but anti-Hillary stuff or pro-Trump stuff, because we had both during the election. But now, after the election, we still have anti-Trump stuff because that's selling. And I've had a large number of people call to cancel their catalog because we have anti-Trump stuff in it. And I'm like, well, to be fair, during the election, we also had pro-Trump stuff and anti-Hillary stuff. We just put in what sells. And they're like, I don't care. You're against our president. And I'm like, okay. Alright, you're canceled. Have a good day. Fuck you. What? Really? What did I do? I don't choose anything that's in the catalogs. Ugh. Yeah, and back in your day, people used to die of dysentery. And polio. And smallpox. That's why you didn't need the fancy gadgets, 'cause you died sooner. Why can't we go back to those old days? Yeah, I mean, you know, the way I view my phone right now is as a tool. I actually used this very fucking phone as a tool when I worked tech support, because I would use it as a source for Wi-Fi and to make sure it wasn't the customer's network or our network that was having the issue. I used it to Google issues that I was dealing with on the fly. It was basically, you know, a pocket computer, which this fucking thing right here, this may be like one of the cheapest pieces of shit you can get. By the way, I'm getting a new phone soon. I'll introduce you guys to it when I get it. Even though this is one of the shittiest smartphones you can get on the market, my first phone, my very first fucking phone, which was a goddamn Nokia, which had like an LCD screen with, you know, the classic LCD that has things mostly on a separate plane from the rest of it. That shit was more powerful than the one we used to get to the goddamn moon. And it was a fucking Nokia. The classic kind. Sadly, it doesn't work anymore because it got wet. Which sounds funny if you really think about it. But I also don't have anything to charge it with anymore, so it would be kind of useless to try to use it again. Plus, I don't think it would actually work with any system. But anyway. Yeah. This, which, again, I'm getting a new one soon. I believe I'm getting it on Saturday. Well, yeah, Bernie Sanders is someone who uses multisyllabic words. It's the ones that tend to use single-syllable words, monosyllabic words. No, actually, the old Nokia is about the same size as the average paperweight. Oh, fun fact, and you've seen them sitting on my coffee table, Marcus. I don't know if I've mentioned it to you, my viewers, or those that are in the chat right now, but Cassie and I are still playing Lego Dimensions. We fucking love the game. We've sunk well more than like $300 into it. We what's it called? Fuck. I started using one of the characters that we almost never fucking use, because the same abilities on this one character are on like 3 other motherfuckers, and I just don't like this one character. I started using that character as a fucking paperweight on our table. Your first phone you received way earlier in life and way later in actual time than I received my first phone. I got my first cell phone in 2005. That is 12 years ago. I have only owned five phones in that time. And one of them got destroyed by my ex-wife because I was trying to call 911 because she threatened to kill me. But I'm not going to go into that right now. Anyway. Do make note, I don't mention people who have slighted me or harmed me by name. By not mentioning them by name, they can't come after me saying, "Oh, you've slandered me. Oh, you've tried to sully my good name." And even though I'm telling the fucking truth, it's because I don't want you guys to harass them, because I don't want them to try to harass me. As long as they leave me alone, I'm happy. But those that know them and still talk to them, don't even bother telling them I'm still alive. Thanks. Anyway. So, 33 minutes in, I'm still going. I can go all night, baby. So I have to throw $200 at Cassie tomorrow, because tomorrow, I don't know if she wants to do it on her own or if she wants to wait until Saturday for me to be available to do it. Actually, yeah, Saturday will probably be the best time for us to do it. Jesus Christ! How old were you? 6? 7? Wait, no. You were... My brain can't do math. You're 21 now. You were 8? I'm trying to remember what age you're supposed to be in 4th grade. Nine, okay. Okay, thank you. Because, yeah, for me, it's been almost 30 years since I was that age. So I have literally cycled being a completely new human being 3 times since then. By the way, for those of you that are curious, every 7 years, every single molecule in your body is completely different from every single molecule that was in your body 7 years prior. And that cycle goes every 7 years. Your body produces all the new molecules of you and destroys all the molecules that used to be you. So, you know, you'll actually kind of notice it every once in a while, because every 7 years, someone will look a little different too. But yeah. Fucking science, bitches. Anyway. What do you mean if you feel that's kind of obvious? The fuck are you talking about, fucker? Well, here's the funny part. My taste buds, I just, you know, I still eat the same kind of stuff I did 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I still like the same foods. The only thing I still can't stomach is canned string beans, and that has been since I was a fucking small child. Oh, well, I mean more of a physical, literal sense. The 7-year changing of all the cells in your body. I mean, sure, you know, there's the, people change thing. Like, you know, my friend Jason went from being my best friend in the world to being, well, he's still one of my best friends in the world. It's just, he's a little different than he was, both before he went into the military and before he moved away. He's a lot angrier. But for good reason, because life has kind of kicked the shit out of him since he and I were teenagers. So, you know, life has just really fucked him over repeatedly. I mean, sure, he's great now with his wife. Well, great comparatively. And his current wife, well, I don't want to go too deep into it, but let's just put it this way. She's a hell of a lot better for him than his previous wife. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, honestly, there are times where, Marcus, do you mind if I bring up what was in your most recent vlog? I'm actually going to wait for you to respond. I'll take a swig of coffee while I wait. Yes, I'm asking permission for someone to bring something up from one of their videos. Even though the video is publicly available, I'm asking for permission before I actually bring up the actual subject. Alright, so in the video he was talking about, relationship stuff. And in all honesty, there are times where after all of the horrible, terrible shit that I've been through as a result of being in a relationship with someone, that I actually kind of envy people around the age Marcus is, who are single and have not had to endure some of the horrors that I did, or that, I eventually would have later after I was his age. Like, you're 26 right now, right? 27? Well, either way, from the time I was 28 till, 27, till I was in my early 30s, I was with my ex-wife. Yeah, there we go. About the time I was his age, I met my ex-wife, and it was nice at first, but it very quickly after the wedding started going downhill, and that's a nightmare I would not wish on my worst enemy. Being put in a position where you have no place you can go by someone who keeps pointing out to you that you would not have a home without them, or that you would, be suffering without them. And they beat that into your head emotionally while they're physically beating you with their hands. And honestly, I kind of envy, and you probably think that's kind of weird for me to say, Marcus, but I kind of envy you for being at the age you are and not being anywhere near that situation, because in all honesty, you really are better off being alone than being in the same kind of situation I was in at your age. At that time of my life, I was obviously living on my own. I've been living on my own since I was 21. And by the way, this is how the Thursday Chill erupts into me talking about stories of my own life. I've been on my own since I was 21, and I did have a decent relationship with my ex-girlfriend Bambi, and yes, her name really was Bambi, and I can mention her by name because I am still friends with her. I do still care about what happens to her in life. It's just she and I don't really make a good couple for each other. She has someone much better. And I have someone better as well for us. Not necessarily better people, just better for us, that fit us far better. And yes, abuse is hell. And before I met her, I had my first abusive relationship. I was with her for 8 months. She at least had an excuse for being abusive, because she was also an alcoholic. And she would basically force me to go out every night, even when I didn't want to go drink. Even though we had no money to do it. And I had to go to work the next morning. Or I had to find a new job. Because those two things kind of ran hand in hand. Because she made me lose 2 jobs because of doing this stuff. And yeah, the first job I had after leaving her, the first day of training, I had bruises all over the side of my face from when she broke a phone over my face. That's how bad this girl was. And last I heard, and this was from someone else who knew both of us around the same time, they're like, "Hey, do you want to hear about what happened to her?" And I'm like, "Not really, but I guess if you're really excited, I'll hear it." They pointed out that she had actually gone to jail for multiple DUIs, unpaid parking tickets, public drunkenness, and assault. So, good. Couldn't have happened to a better person. Because it wouldn't have happened to a better person. Because she was not a good person. That is what led me into my relationship with Bambi, who treated me far better. And then Bambi and I broke up because, there was there was the gambling thing, and then there was, just I couldn't live in the house with her grandmother anymore, or her family, because I was treated like basically I had no rights. So I had to move out. I couldn't stand living there. Yeah, so then might as well just continue this story, give you guys another little bit of, I guess you could say, a horror story. Well, it's not really a horror story. Yeah, we already congratulated him a little bit ago. What's it called? After things ended with Bambi, I was living. I kind of lived at one friend's house, and then I had to live at a hotel for a couple of days, and then I lived in a rent-a-room for about a little under a year. And it was owned by a wonderful woman whose first name was Leah. She was a widow. I do miss this woman an awful lot. I'm fairly certain she's passed away by now, because I haven't spoken to her in at least 7 years. And, that was when I was working over the phone tech support, and I was actually making the most per hour I had ever made in my life at that point, and still to this day have not made more. And that place lost the contract with AT&T, and decided, even though I came in after having had a I had to take some time off because of a physical injury. I had a doctor fax in my doctor's note. I came in, I handed in the doctor's note, which I also had one that I was handed. And they let me go while I was handing in the doctor's note. Not saying that there was any other contracts available to transfer me to. They just wiped out the whole office because they didn't have that contract anymore. Hey, me first. I've been fucking doing this longer than either one of you. Fuck you. Actually, Sam, if you want to work together sometime on your channel, let me know. I'll do whatever voiceover you want. Anyway. After that, the woman who ended up becoming my ex-wife, while I was working there, she and I were talking online. We were part of Justice Radio, which is the online radio station I used to work for, and she was one of their planners for events. And one day she just took me aside and asked, "Hey, what would it take to have you give up everything down there in Florida and move up here and be with me?" And I'm like, well, I am making more money than I've ever made my entire life. Might not be a good idea for me to leave, because, I am kind of making more than enough to survive right now. And then, when that fell through, I asked her, hey, you remember when you made that offer to, have me move in, and asked me if I'd be willing to give things up? Well, I just lost my job. Is there any chance that I could get some help? And she immediately started making plans. She got me a Greyhound ticket. Turns out it only cost about $56.37 to move me and everything I owned at the time, because I didn't own any furniture. I just had a computer, this monitor right here that I'm pointing at, the smaller of the two, which still has a sticker on the front talking about its max resolution and size and everything. Anyway, that monitor, my old computer, and all my clothes, and they took me in. While I was with her, I did accumulate a few more things. I actually swapped my computer out twice while I was with her. Once to this one that I've been using for the last 5 years. Or no, a little over 6 years. And that's when I went through the horrors that are my ex-wife. And I've already gone through that whole story of, what's it called? Everything that's happened since, where I was basically moving from place to place 13 different fucking times since I left my ex-wife, so you already know that part. But yeah, I'm still kind of jazzed at finally hitting 1,000 after 4 years. The difference between, I'm still the same person I was before I hit 1,000 subs. I still have no idea what the fuck I'm doing on this side of the camera. Oh, speaking of cameras, the phone that I'm going to be getting is going to be a much better camera than I'm currently using right now. I don't know if I'll be able to use it as my primary camera and have the fucker, watching me. It would be nice if it had a function like that. But, yeah, it's supposed to be a significantly higher quality camera. So I might use that for on-the-spot vlogs or something. Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, PsySpy. Hey, Katie. So, yeah. All that shit I just brought up a moment ago, I hope never happens to you, Marcus. Because, yeah. Because it's not 100 out today. It is 95, though, or at least that's the way it's supposed to be in Boston. Let me just double check real quick. Updates. Okay, so it's supposed to be a high of 94 in the town that I'm living in, but in Boston it's supposed to be like 95 today. So, Boston, where when you lose your khakis, people don't know if it's a pair of pants or the tool you use to operate a motor vehicle. So, yes, because we're tilted closer to the sun. It's Boston. 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 Boston is a different place. Also in Massachusetts. Look that shit up. Like, I'm literally sweating right now. Because, I'm fat. So that kind of comes with the territory. But, the sardine can that I live in, not very well insulated against heat. It's better insulated against cold. And even then, not so well. But yeah. Well, also, I'm not playing a game right now. So the processor and the graphics cards aren't really working very hard. Plus, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the stream, I now have a new fan that's not Cassie's old college fan that she had. And it's a lot quieter, and it's helping stave off the heat from the graphics cards in general. So I've got that. Yeah. It's like 95 in Boston, as I mentioned. Yeah, it's the same in Massachusetts and in Florida. Though, in all honesty, they really need to work on AC units a little better. Because, to be perfectly frank, you can die of heat exhaustion just as easily as you can die of cold. Now, here's a fun fact. When I was a kid, specifically a preteen, you already know I grew up in South Florida. From about 1990, actually it was just straight up 1990, till 1994, my house had no air conditioning. Now let me enlighten you on something for a second. In Florida, even in the winter, it got to be around 90 degrees on average, with a humidity that makes it being wicked muggy, as they say in Massachusetts, look like just a soft breeze. So yeah, we would basically stew in our own house. It's one of the reasons why I now can't sleep while wearing clothes, because I would feel like my whole body was being constricted and covered in sweat if I was wearing clothes when I went to sleep. And I would always have a Brian-shaped sweat patch in my bed when I'd wake up in the morning. Without fail. You ever think that, when it gets that high and something happens to someone's AC, that it might be something to do with like a air conditioning company maybe going and setting something so that if it gets to be a certain temperature, a part breaks, so that you have to have it repaired? Yeah, but I was saying on average it was 90 degrees. Like, I would have a fan on me at all times, or I could not breathe. And I had childhood asthma, and I'm still suffering a little bit from having issues breathing now. And I'm hoping it's not one of the reasons that my parents moved from New York to Florida, because that would suck. Yeah, exactly. It's almost always hot. Like, I can only recall twice when it was actually cold. One of them was on New Year's Eve. I believe it was 2000 into 2001. Yeah, it was 2000 into 2001. I was working at a gas station at the time. Even though I had requested New Year's Eve off months in advance. Like, I fucking told the manager, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be here. The person who was scheduled to do it fucking quit because they were scheduled to do it. So, I could have just not returned his phone call. But he is also Kai's brother. And I could not leave him high and dry because a D-bag decided that he couldn't take no for an answer, even though someone else had already locked in that they weren't going to do it. So, I got screwed. I worked the New Year's Eve. It got down to 20 degrees. Now, in Florida, that is fucking unheard of. It didn't snow because it's fucking Florida, but in fucking Davie and Cooper City, it was like 22 degrees outside. There was actual frost forming on cars in Florida, which I guess anytime the temperature is under 30 degrees, it would happen almost instantly because fucking humidity in the air constantly. But you get the idea. But, oh my god. Yeah, exactly. What part of Florida were you in, Katie? Because I was in Broward County, so... Yes, northern Florida does get colder. But the shaft and the head of the dick of the United States, that almost never gets that cold. Like, it was like 37 one year, which isn't really enough. Yeah, Miami. Okay. Alright, so you lived south of me and then up in the Panhandle, right? Yes. The Keys never gets... The sperm from the United States dingle never gets covered in white stuff. Hey! That's hilarious. Anyway. I like being able to share these stories about my life with you guys. Fun fact, and this is actually the first time I'm actually admitting it on a video or anything. I've actually been doing this kind of thing where I'm just talking to someone who's not there since I was like a preteen. Like, no lie. Whenever I had to get something out of my head, I would just talk out loud as if I was talking to an audience. And I would do like whole fucking monologues. Yeah. But yeah, I do whole fucking monologues. Like like when shit got really bad, I'd go out in front of my house and I'd just walk on the sidewalk in front of my house back and forth, talking like I'm giving a speech about something. And here's another fun fact. I used to also be incredibly painfully shy. Like when I was, up until I was around 18, I almost never talked to anybody. Like I was so scared. I didn't think I had anything interesting to talk about. I didn't have any stories that I thought weren't incredibly embarrassing. And I didn't really want to share any of that. And then, flash forward to when I'm 18, I decide, you know what? From now on, if anyone, is a dick to me, I'm just gonna not care. If they're not gonna accept me for who I am, why should I give a fuck what their opinion is? Dude, have you listened to me for more than 30 seconds? I'm not exactly eloquent myself. But I am as fat as an elephant. And I remember everything. What the fuck? Nope, it's not Hector. I can't believe it, it's not Hector. But there's a reason why I didn't text him today. It's because, I keep saying, set an alarm, set an alarm, set an alarm. I do the same time every day. Set an alarm. If you have your phone, if you don't have your phone, then that's your fault. Because if I text you and you don't respond until 9 o'clock at night, saying, oh, I just got out of work, and I left my phone at home, me not having texted you doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, he is a baby blogger. This is his first experience doing it. And that's actually one of the things you're going to learn over time. You'll notice I pause a lot when I talk because I'm trying to avoid saying and and I combat that by pausing, gathering my thoughts, and then actually saying what's on my mind. Because that sucks. It sucks a lot saying and all the time. Watch that chain of events. Oh, goodness. But yeah, that is exactly what I do to avoid it. I'll pause. And you notice that I'm pausing. Especially now. Like that, for example. That was me actually trying to think of what to follow that up with. Yeah, and it's okay. It is okay to and in your first few videos, because you're still working out how to speak publicly. Damn it, I said Sorry. I'll also extend some words. Starting it a little longer than it should be. Or slowly saying it in the middle. Or something like that. Yeah, I tried doing that, by the way, Sam. You remember my my fucking Neverwinter videos? I tried to cut out every single fucking and and all of the fucking garbage that didn't need to be said. It took 8 hours to fucking render an hour worth of footage that I cut down to 45 minutes. Because I made that many fucking cuts. Actually, the mic volume that you currently have set... Sorry about that smushing sound. That was actually good. Oh, you can cut that out, right? I didn't mean for you guys to see me bite my nail. I'm kidding. This is live TV. Well, not TV, but you get the idea. Now I'm gonna catch myself saying more often because we brought that shit up. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Oh, fun fact. I think I mentioned it to you guys before. But one of the catalogs I work with has the Golden Girls pop figures. And for real, if one of you guys wants me to, order you guys one set, because they've got all 4, let me know, because I get 50% off. You just pay me what I paid and we're good. But yeah, I might get the set of 4 of those as like a contest prize or something, just because I love the show The Golden Girls. I'm not like a super fan or anything, but I saw the pop figures, and I'm already a collector of pop figures because I love them. And I'm like, that's 2 things that I like together in addition to other pop figures? Yes! I need to get those! They need to be mine. I think Betty White is the only survivor, actually. Hold on one second. I'm gonna Google that shit. Let's see. Surviving Golden Girls. Yeah, she is. She is the only one who is still alive at 91. Holy shit. Alright, so I'm actually just going to show... God damn it, my face is in the way. Just going to put this... God damn it, it's still not... No. Fuck it, I'll just read it. Rue McClanahan passed away in 2010 at age 76 from a stroke. B. Arthur died from cancer in 2009 at age 86. And Estelle Getty, who suffered from Lewy body dementia, a progressive brain disease, died in 2008 at age 84. Surviving Golden Girls star Betty White, who's 91, is as busy as ever. Yeah, I know. I just decided not to. I was just going to read it to you guys. And if you're wondering how I got that info, I just Googled Surviving Golden Girls. So yeah, Betty White is the last surviving Golden Girls Golden Girl. So, yeah. And sliced bread is the best thing to happen since Betty White. Now, if you're wondering why I said that, there's an old saying, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Well, sliced bread started coming out after Betty White was born. So sliced bread is the best thing to happen since Betty White. We love you, Betty White! By the way, if you guys could share this with her so that, she knows that we love her. Someone tweet this directly at her, although actually I do think she has a Twitter, which she uses a lot better than a certain other celebrity who's in their 70s that I'm not going to mention by name. But I can tell you his name rhymes with Ronald Dump. But anyway. No, actually. Betty White's not that old. Geologically speaking, she's still a speck on the time frame that is the planet Earth. She would be... I'm fairly certain she is an amazing grandma. She's also just an amazing person. And we love you, Betty White! No, again, I'm not a super fan or anything. But, you know, I really do appreciate all the stuff she's been doing lately. She got voted to do an episode of Saturday Night Live when she never had before, and it was all because of a Snickers commercial where she just got to be sassy as shit. And she's still hilarious to this day. Yeah, I don't think she'd pay attention to us. Least of all me, because she'd probably be like, what the hell is this fat guy with the purple beard and purple hair? Did he lose a bet? Yes, she is a fucking icon. Oh, speaking of icons, I actually found out about this morning, and it actually made me but very sad. You guys probably already heard, if you've been on Facebook at all. Well, actually, Sam wouldn't have been. You might have seen it on Twitter at the very least. Chris Cornell died at age 51. Fucking Chris Cornell. Lead singer of Soundgarden and the combination group Audioslave, which had Chris Cornell from Soundgarden and everyone except the lead singer from Rage Against the Machine. He passed away, and it was fucking sad as fuck. Because nobody is going to have a singing voice like him ever again. He was really, really good, and that is a singer that will be missed. And no, it was not from drugs. Yeah, thank you, Kai Hiryuu. And how's work? Because I think you're at work right now. Yeah, they lost their sound and their audio. They lost Chris Cornell. He is going to be missed thoroughly. He even worked with Soundgarden and what's it called? Pearl Jam also did a combination group called Temple of the Dog, and they're gonna miss him too. Even though Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell traded places constantly during each song for Temple of the Dog. Yes. By the way, if you guys want to see Kai playing Injustice 2, he has that on his channel. Again, his link for his channel is in the description of every video that I have. It'll be listed as, you know, the person who made that little icon right there and that icon up there. He's my primary art dude. I mean, sure, I've got I have Dote, who provided the thumbnail that I now use, well, part of the thumbnail that I now use for my Thursday chill. I also have PsySpy, who provided the recolored fat dude with the turban that I used yesterday on the thumbnail for Shantae. And I also have Hector, who has made a DJ Winza icon. I've only used it on one thumbnail. Oh, he also made this. Hold on. There we go. So, you know, I've got that. So yeah, go check out Kai's videos. He does a lot of good stuff. There was a wide gap where he wasn't doing anything because he didn't have internet at the time. Forgive that, because there were plenty of times where I did not have internet either. And if you're watching me, give him a chance to. He and I have a lot of the same jokes. Well, not the same jokes, but this humor on along the same lines. Statuette coming to be determined? What? What do you mean, statuette? Oh, yeah. It's because you're lazy. You fuck. Dude, just do what I do. If you're going to be playing a video game, just fucking live stream it at the same time. There. Instant content. And if you're going to fucking talk to your audience, fucking talk to your audience at the same time. If not, just, point out, I'm just going to be playing the game if you guys, if I catch chat and, I see it, and I'll respond to it. What? Full disclosure. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. Like, ouch. Oh, Jesus. This is definitely a text. Don't know from who yet. Oh my God! I don't need to know that you're not going to make it if you're not here. I've told you this, Hector. If you're not going to make it, just fucking let it ride. I don't need to know. I'm still going to be doing my show either way. I keep telling you this. Ugh. This weekend, the only day I really have, penis monkey dildo, what? The only day I really, have, how fucking far back are you, Mooscal? I haven't mentioned her since fucking 20 minutes in. Damn. Anyway, the only day I really have to do anything on the weekend is Saturday, and that's only because that's the only day I can spend with Cassie, and I usually don't do anything else but spend time with her. So again, I haven't mentioned Bambi since... Oh, she can play too? Awesome. But yeah, I haven't mentioned Bambi since, like, damn near the beginning of the video. And yeah, I was with her for, like, 4 years. Then that, you're gonna have to wait. Because, yeah. We have to change those this weekend. Because the one that I have, this one right here, the service that I currently have is not going to exist as of Saturday. So Cassie and I are going to be changing our service. I'm going to be getting a new phone, a better phone, with a better camera too. So I'm going to be trying to do more vlogs with it, and hopefully be able to get better videos of me doing karaoke for you guys, so that, I'll have something that's pre-recorded for you if you want to just listen to me singing music and actually know that I guess you could say I am a decent singer. Let's see. Oh, and Marcus has heard me sing live. Actually, I can't remember. Marcus, You've heard me do Come Sail Away, right? I'm going to wait for him to answer and continue moving on. I actually have a few songs that I call my top hits. Come Sail Away, both the original and Eric Cartman version. I have Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger. I have, what's it called? Creep by Radiohead. And what was the other one that I was phenomenal at? Okay. Well, after I did the Cartman's Voice one, the following week I did the original version, which has 53 measures of soloing. I could sing Celine Dion. Now, the only problem is convincing me to do so, because you would need to pay my entire bar tab for that. If you're going to make sure that I can drink for free and drink as much as I want, I will sing Celine Dion for you. I am dead serious, Sam. By the way, open invite, Sam. If you ever want to come and visit Marcus and I up here in Massachusetts, this is an open invitation. My name is on the lease, so is Cassie's. If you want to come and visit, I can give you a place to sleep. So you don't have to, no, I'm not going to be that fucking malicious. Come on. I can't drink that much in a night. It would maybe be 2 or 3 fucking 22-ounce beers. That'd be it. Because I don't drink that much when I sing. I drink like, yeah, you don't have to drink if you go to karaoke. You can order food, you can have soda. Seriously. Not even going to joke. But if you pay for my bar tab, I will sing Celine Dion for you if you are actually serious about that. But again, if you would ever like to come and visit Marcus and myself and Cassie, you are invited, Sam. Because there's only one of you. If Katie wants to come too, we could break out the air mattress. Not quite sure where we'll put it because we are in a trailer, but it's still an open invitation for you guys. But yeah, you don't need to drink to have fun at karaoke. And plus, the place that we go, sure, they only have snack foods after 10 p.m., but they're... That's fine. But there are snack foods at this place. It's called Chip Shots. I go there almost every Friday. If you're in the central Massachusetts area, it's in Littleton. Or is that Air? I think it's Littleton. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's Littleton. But yeah, on Fridays, I usually go there. And, you know, if you want to go and show them some love, by all means. Coffee. He just doesn't like the taste of alcohol. And that's fine. When I actually turned 21, here's a kind of pathetic sounding story. The first alcohol I bought at exactly 8:08 a.m. May 14th, 2001. This was 2 months after my mom had passed away, so, you know, I was still depressed. I bought a 6-pack of Budweiser. Cans. It's also when I learned that I don't like the taste of beer out of a can. but that's besides the point. I also had a Gundam model that I had bought previously that I hadn't put together yet. And I just sat in my room and put together the Gundam model, drinking a 6-pack of beer while watching a videotape of that year's WrestleMania. I didn't really have a party or anything. That was it. Kai actually knew me around that time, too. I was working for his brother. So, you know. Shit be cray-cray. Oh, God, it's still so fucking warm. My hair, when I started this, was sopping wet. Now it's like dry and it's being all poofed by humidity. My poor hair. We have video footage of my brother Mike dancing with his pants down at one of our brother's wedding. Oh, God. Okay, you're asking. Yeah, he doesn't like the taste. It's fine. Not everybody likes the taste of alcohol. Some people do like the taste of alcohol a lot. We call those alcoholics. Me, I use alcohol kind of like a tool. Like you'll notice I don't usually drink at home. In fact, it's incredibly rare that I'll even have a beer at home. And it's like one beer for the whole fucking day, or that one glass of champagne for my birthday. And if you're wondering why I didn't come back on my birthday, Cassie and I did stuff. And I just didn't feel like coming back. I wanted to just enjoy the rest of my day off. But anyway, what was I talking about? But then again, Sam, you can't even handle fucking sriracha. So of course you can't handle alcohol either. But again, it's fine. You don't have to drink. Nobody has to drink. I just use it as a tool. That's all. And hello, God of Fright. What up? There are a few drinks that do involve spicy. Like, for example, a Bloody Mary actually has Tabasco in it. I usually prefer beer, but not like Budweiser or Corona or Coors or any of the major big brands. I actually much prefer microbrewers or the smaller brands like Red Hook. Red Hook's really good, depending on which kind I'm having. There's also the Sam Adams whole fleet of different beers. Magic Hat. And I've actually been to 3 fucking brewery tours. Free beer on each one. They were all awesome. And I also like gin. Gin and tonic. And my favorite alcoholic beverage of all time is Bailey's Irish Cream. Actually, no. There's one that's maple, but made a lot like Bailey's Irish Cream. And it is fucking delicious. It tastes like a maple shake. It's that fucking good. You don't taste any alcohol with it at all. But I prefer, I have, when it comes to beer, I have very refined tastes. I like darker beers. I like, I like less hoppy beers. And I also like sour beers. Because they are massively different. Like they're more different than like Coke and Sprite and Mountain Dew and root beer. Like these different kinds of beers are that vastly different. They have completely different flavors. Like once you know what you're actually tasting for, you'll actually taste it. Like you'll get kind of the like a more, what's it called? A more, I guess you could say dark flavor from dark malt. Because they actually roast the malt a little darker than usual. And it produces a less bitter beer that tastes more like malt. No, God of Fright lives in Illinois. Also, I'm also kind of a sucker for shandy beers. Because they taste like more like lemon and citrus, and not necessarily hop citrus, but like actual like fruit citrus. And they're not like overly sweet. It's alright. I'm more of a Gatorade kind of guy. But then again, I grew up in Florida. Oatmeal ports. Ports are fucking delicious. They're more of a dark beer than they are a hoppy beer. There you go. Yeah, and again, Hector, I've told you this before. You don't have to text me that you're not going to be here. Ever. And I keep telling you, set an alarm, set an alarm, set an alarm, set an alarm, set an alarm. Whoop, 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 whoop. Just set the alarm to me saying, hey, don't forget to set your fucking alarm. Hey, don't forget to set your fucking alarm. Repeatedly. That way, you'll remember that, you know, it's time to listen to Winza. Oh, gosh. And I need to tilt this downward because, yeah, I'm too low in frame. Then you need to get a new alarm or a new cell phone. Yeah, actually, that's a good question. Hector, how are your fucking eyes? Because you got laser surgery. Does that mean you can now shoot lasers from your eyes? Craft beers are basically anything that is not one of the major brands. So anything that is not Anheuser-Busch, Yuengling, Coors, Corona, basically anything that does not advertise on TV, and some of Sam Adams. Plus, Hector, when I would have texted you, I was actually taking a shower at that time. If I had used my phone, it would be dead. Plus, this fucking thing's gonna be changed soon, so... I didn't say I'd do it forever. I said I would try. But anyway... Enough about that. Yeah, long, stressful day. Mine is only beginning. You see, after I leave here, I actually go and do my normal day job. Where I get yelled at by old people who don't know how catalog ordering works. Who think that we have already received their order and should have already delivered it to them 4 days after they sent it in the mail with a check. And they expect to have had their items already. By that time, we haven't even received the fucking check in the mail. And they're wondering where their order is. Because they don't fucking keep track of time. And then they blame me because I have to point that out to them. When they're just stupid. I do love Strongbow. Strongbow is awesome. That's, for those that don't know what Strongbow is a brand of hard apple cider. It's stronger than, oh gosh, what's it called? Fuck. God damn it. What the fuck? Angry Orchard. It's stronger than Angry Orchard. In fact, I think Strongbow is one of the strongest apple ciders on the market right now. Yeah, it is really good. They don't make beer, they make hard apple cider. Oh, here's another alcoholic beverage. For those that don't like the taste of alcohol, there's a brand called Not Your Father's, and also they have other ones that are based on pie flavors called Not Your Mother's. Ugh. Yeah, lay off a Hector. I can't believe I had to say that. Lay off a Hector, thanks. Anyway. But, one thing I actually love about the Not Your Father's and Not Your Mother's, their ginger ale is fucking phenomenal. It's like a really good ginger beer. It tastes more like ginger beer than it does ginger ale. Like, it's not as sweet as like, what's it called? Canada Dry. It's more like an actual ginger beer because there's more of a ginger flavor to it. They also have Not Your Father's Root Beer, which tastes just like a really good root beer. And the Not Your Mother's thing, There's also we tried the strawberry rhubarb pie one. Holy shit! It tasted like I was eating a strawberry rhubarb pie. It was that fucking good. But it was liquid, and I'm like, why does this taste so fucking good? What the hell? It's all right. Oh, by the way, Marcus, my job gave me $100 and this $5 Dunkin' Donuts card because you applied and mentioned my name. And because they hired you, that's why I got the $5. Or because you applied, I got this. Because you worked there for a little bit, I got $100. So now I just need to find a whole fleet of people who will go, mention my fucking name, apply there, and at least work a couple of weeks. If they want to stick around, I get a second $100. It's all right. I'm just mentioning the Not Your Mother's strawberry rhubarb pie alcoholic beverage because Cassie and I tried it and we both really liked it an awful lot. No, they only accept online, or they only accept applications in person because you actually have to physically be there. Now, what's sad about getting this is I've actually complained about this a few videos ago. The Dunkin' Donuts right by my fucking house, continuously, every time I go there, does not have the first or second thing that I order. So I always have to change my order at least twice because they don't fucking have it. So this is going to go to Cassie, so. Well, they just don't accept applications online. It's, they also don't accept PayPal, by the way, which is a little backwards, but oh well. Yeah, boob sweat. Under boob. Poor Cassie. She all summer she's going to perpetually have a pair of half moons on her chest from under boob sweat. No. 'Cause he quit. What he got out of it was a paycheck. But I don't know that many people locally, so I can't really go and tell people, oh, hey, you should go and apply where I work. Mention me. And my beautiful purple hair. No, he's not bad for quitting. They're actually in the process of doing an upheaval of the management in the warehouse where he was working. And again, I'm not mentioning the name of the company, and please don't mention the name of the company, because I'm not mentioning their name, so it can't be traced back to me. But yeah, they're currently having issues with the people who are supervisors. Yeah. Plus, they did something kind of illegal. They were telling people that there was mandatory overtime, which is literally against the law in the state of Massachusetts. There is no such thing as mandatory overtime in Massachusetts. So they were literally breaking the law. Now you see, I find it weird that you're actually able to say that. Because Texas, when it comes to labor laws, is one of the most backward states in the United States. Although it's not nearly as bad as Florida, but it is pretty fucking backwards when it comes to labor rights. There are a few states where it is legal. I believe New Hampshire is one of them. But New Hampshire also doesn't have income tax, so there's that. Yeah, it's legal in Florida. Because, as I mentioned, Florida has backwards-ass labor laws. And, you know, that's, is that Illinois or Indiana? I think it's Indiana, right? Yeah, and actually, you might, anyone who is being told that, look up the labor laws of your state. Because if that shit's happening, you need to point that out to them, that it's illegal. And threatening my job for me pointing that out to you is also illegal. Oh, here's another fun fact. It is illegal by federal law for an employer to threaten you or even suggest that you don't talk about your pay with any of your coworkers. It is 100% illegal. So, you are 100% legally allowed to talk with your coworkers about how much you get paid. 100%. Federal law. So it's the entirety of the country. Which reminds me, I need to start talking with my coworkers. Find out how much the new people are making. Take another look. Well, YouTube... Yeah, if there's a contract signing, that's a different story. And that reminds me, I need to check my paycheck stub, because this is from last week. And I'm not going to read it out loud. I'm just going to double check, see if I'm at least making what the new people are. If I am, I'm not going to be as ticked, even though I am literally the number one person on my supervisor's team. Yep, I definitely need to point out that I know what they're making and that I'm not making that. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's time for me to point out that I'm not making what I should be making. Yeah. Dude, you misspelled amazing. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I'm under the same contract with what's it called, Full Screen. But, you know, I can honestly say that they did tell me that they don't have any fucking clue how to do Super Chat, which is bullshit. So unless Super Chat automatically goes to my account and cuts out the middleman, I'm going to be really fucking pissed. I'm running out of time, by the way. I'm still under contract, so I can't actually say that part. But why do you think I keep pushing my my stuff store and my Patreon? By the way, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, guys. I've got a Patreon. I don't quite know how to use things on it yet, but yeah, if you want to donate to Patreon, by all means, link down below. I haven't figured out what I want to give people yet, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, ad revenue, next to nothing. Next to fucking nothing. I'm not even gonna play there. Ad revenue, I'm not really making anything. Oh, and Super Doom and Gloom also has a Patreon. And Sam, you might want to think about starting a Patreon. That way you can cut out the middleman of YouTube and have that be, for people that do want to donate to you. Yes, but not that much. Excuse me. It takes a significantly smaller chunk. Like, the amount I got from when Hector put in $5, I got $4.60 and change. So it's not that big of a chunk that they take out. I'm actually considering moving entirely to Twitch. And here's the reason, by the way. I know Moose Gal and Hector don't like Twitch at all, but the difference between Twitch and YouTube is I don't have to have a network with Twitch to earn money with Twitch. And I also don't need to have a network with Twitch to be able to, fight copyright claims. Whereas the network gives me the ability to do so with a little more clout. Yeah, and it's a hell of a lot easier to get affiliate status. Plus, they're also going to have that whole you can buy the game while watching a streamer thing, and the streamer gets 10% of the revenue. And that'll be very fucking lucrative as well. And once that starts up, they're actually going to find out, oh my god, people let's playing a video game actually does sell the video game. Wow, who would have thought it? Literally everyone who fucking says so. Alright, so, anyway. It is now 1 p.m. I have to go. Just remember, above everything else, that I love you guys. But I've got to go to work and get fucking yelled at by old people who don't know how to do catalog ordering. So, you guys have a wonderful day, and get the fuck out of my house.